that you need to get set up.
Good morning, I'm Polly.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Layla. We're from Milford High School and we're so excited to be here with you guys today.
Before we begin to talk about cerebral palsy, please tell us what you see here.
A duck.
A duck.
A rabbit.
So that's what you see. We all see different things. Every person has a different perception and a different view on the world. Most people view students with cerebral palsy as being incapable without really knowing what it really is.
Cerebral palsy is a group of neurological disorders that affect the brain during infancy or early childhood and affect body movement and muscle coordination. Although we spend a lot of time researching the disability itself, we wanted to find ways to make school more attainable for students with cerebral palsy, as well as making it as meaningful as possible.
This is Lizzie from Thomas A. Wildy School, a school that specifically accommodates for students with severe health conditions or special needs. Lizzie was able to teach Sarah and I about this idea of perception. Although Lizzie could not form complete sentences, she was able to show us her excitement by making facial expressions and noises. Students with cerebral palsy are much more capable than what people perceive them to be.
These are our three main ideas for better accommodating students with cerebral palsy. First, we will talk about physical attachments, which will help students with cerebral palsy walk, move, and complete important tasks. Next, we have the buddy system, which will facilitate social interaction between neurotypical students and students with cerebral palsy. Lastly, preparing students for the future plays a huge role in our lives to hopefully reach the goal of living more independently.
First, we will discuss physical attachments. Throughout our time researching for our project, we talked to many different people trying to get examples of unique and interesting physical attachments that students can use. These attachments can be anything from wheelchair attachments to gait trainers to help the student stand up straight. The first attachment we will be discussing is a poster board that attaches to the student's wheelchair with pool noodles. This student's gym teacher created the attachment to allow the student to participate and play soccer in gym class. This is shown in the first two photos.
The third photo shows a student from Scarlet Oaks High School that has cerebral palsy named JJ. He is a part of their welding program and uses that leather sleeve around his right arm to help stabilize his arm to improve his welds. I was extremely happy to get the opportunity to interview JJ, and he did not disappoint. He told me how he was extremely excited to get to interview with me because he doesn't get to share his journey about cerebral palsy a lot, and he was excited to tell me about how much he loved his sleeve and how he thought it looked super cool.
This first photo is an accommodation from Thomas A. Wildy School. This is primarily used for students with cerebral palsy who are nonverbal. This communication device teaches the students how important communication is without pushing them past their limit and being uncomfortable. Although some students with cerebral palsy do not speak, it does not mean that they cannot communicate. Devices like this make a huge impact on their development and allow them the chance to communicate and express their feelings to others when otherwise they wouldn't be able to.
The object in the second photo is something that's a part of the Calm Down room at Wildy. It's easy for students with cerebral palsy to become overwhelmed, but something like this colorful light calms their nervous system and allows them to reset and return to learning with more attention and a positive attitude. Allowing students with cerebral palsy to take breaks throughout their day is very beneficial so that they can learn to their best ability.
The buddy system. This is Mr. Camello, an intervention specialist at Milford High School. He was also a football coach. Mr. Camello unintentionally created a buddy system when he had some of his football players come into his classroom to hang out with his students. They just kept growing and growing, and before you knew it, most of the football team had made friends with all the students in his classroom. This ended up leading to a very close friendship with a boy named Kyle, who has cerebral palsy. This friendship grew so much between Kyle and all the football players that him and the football players wanted him to become part of the team. So they asked Mr. Camello if he could become a manager. He said yes, and Kyle was at the sidelines every Friday night, and it was not uncommon to see Kyle talking and laughing with all the football players.
This inclusion of students eventually led to them going on different field trips, such as the zoo and places all over Cincinnati. Giving students with cerebral palsy these fun experiences brings them so much joy and allows them to have fun outside of their everyday lives. Students with cerebral palsy being able to make deeper connections with their classmates helps them feel a sense of normalcy and inclusion while building friendships. These relationships provide a positive outcome for all the students involved. In our last few slides, we will be discussing how important it is to teach students with different disabilities life skills. In some scenarios, it is more beneficial for these students to be learning life skills instead of long division. Teaching life skills, such as how to live alone, is not normally something we focus on for students at school, but for students with cerebral palsy, this is learning that is intentional and needs to be a priority to help them with their independent life after high school.
At Wiley, they have a mock apartment, which you can see in these photos. Around the room, they have stations set up where students can learn how to make their bed, do laundry, brush their teeth, and wash dishes to live as unassisted as possible.
These photos are also from Wiley, where they have a mock grocery store set up for students to learn, allowing students with cerebral palsy to practice things like stocking shelves, scanning items like a cashier, or go grocery shopping, and other everyday tasks teaches them how to go shopping for themselves, but also how to work different jobs in a store setting.
In our research, we realized that not enough people know about disabilities and are too afraid to ask, therefore underestimating what individuals with disabilities can achieve. This perception is so wrong. But until this perception is changed, society will never know the difference, so we wanted to begin to spread awareness for cerebral palsy.
Many people do not realize that March is Cerebral Palsy Awareness Month. We thought that would be a great opportunity for us to spread awareness with the hopes of people to change their perception about the capabilities that students with cerebral palsy can achieve. The color for cerebral palsy awareness is green, so we had our student body wear green on March 3rd. To get people to start talking about this disability, we are wearing green to continue that momentum. We are also leaving a green ribbon with you as well if you would like to wear it.
Throughout our experience, we learned so much about cerebral palsy and realized that we actually had misconceptions about what students with cerebral palsy can accomplish in life. By spending time with the staff and students at Wiley School, not only did we have fun with them, but we learned more than we could have ever expected. Thank you all for your time. Do you have any questions for us?